yo.
If anyone else just kind of like vibe with the theme as it's going, little countdown timer.
Just love it, dude. The PB, the eyes, yes. The eyes. That's how you know, dude.
He literally said he's waiting for PB to do that.
Literally. As soon as he does it, I go.
Yo.
There has been times I've been late to that, though. That man, shit, dude, why does my music always start like fucking level 100?
Oh, I was muted.
Carter knows he get it. Howdy, Carter. I don't even know if he's ready.
Carter.
So, boys, episode 6. We've made it well past the half of the series. We are. We got a banger. I guess I can say after a week of digesting, I rewatched it again. It's the first episode I've really rewatched, and I like that. So yeah. So going into this week, I just hope they keep that train going. That's all I have to say, and that's all I care about.
Yeah, kill more people.
All I need is the stranger.
We need the light whip now. We need Vanestra's grand arrival with the light whip.
Yes,
he needs to die then too.
Would
They all need to die, all of them.
I don't know. Okay.
Agree.
Apparently, OSHA's going to flip.
Oh, really?
I mean, why not? That's their thing.
Yeah, true.
Did you read the article that Tony sent out?
No.
When Leslie Headland, is that her name? I forget. She had confirmed the Kylo Ren theme, and she's like, "There's a reason for it. I can't tell you yet."
I've seen that.
I called this hella early.
And then
it'll be a Ren. Look at
and
this
then
dude.
she also
Look at
talked
Maggie,
about.
Dude.
Oh, it's Jesse's leg, his knee.
What the dog
What in the world are we looking at?
Doing?
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
What
Cats, dogs. We got the dog.
Oh, the boy.
Yo yo.
Oh, I gotta go, dude.
everyone's
Like,
going,
Howdy.
But she was saying she liked how Obi-Wan had described Anakin as being seduced by the dark side and how she liked that theme. And I'm like, oh my god, really? So OSHA's going to be seduced to the dark side now? We're going to have both May and OSHA flipping? That's going to be crazy. I hope it's not that.
And crazy, you mean bad, or crazy as in everybody else has it now? Like, that's crazy.
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 Speaking of crazy, nice.
Huh? My
Nice
hair?
what?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I figured I'd let it down for a hot second outside of my hat.
Going for timeless
Hell yeah.
drifter, like, bro.
Hell yeah. So,
Ow.
yes, you're just getting here. You pretty hyped for tonight's episode? Chris, are you getting hyped for
Pop
tonight's
this one on. I
episode?
haven't worn it in a while.
Always hyped for tonight's episode.
Always
Yeah.
hyped.
Hell yeah. I agree with the salt comment. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Another episode. Someone's gonna die. I hope.
I want everyone to die.
Chopping blocks, dude. Saul's next, bro. Homie's done. The
I'm down
Tory
with it.
Dunzo. Dead. Gone. Out of here.
What would happen, right, with 2 episodes to go if Saul was on the chopping block tonight?
No.
Like,
I don't know.
We only have 2
what would
more
we even
after
do?
this. So
My expectations aren't very high, so it's like whatever at this point.
I heard
my expectations are high for hummus and chips, so I'll be right back.
Hummus.
mm,
I like the stranger guy, and that's about it so far. I mean, the story isn't that terrible, but I'm not liking the execution of it.
I think Soul is going to turn to the dark side, and he's the one that's going to recruit Plagueis.
He's been the bad one the whole time.
That's wild.
He's the only one left, right?
Well, we got the girls, Ocean and May.
Besides them,
I
yeah.
keep forgetting that they're 2 separate people.
And then the other Jedi Masters.
Vanestro, the Purple Whip.
Yep. We haven't seen Purple Whip yet.
Coyote Mundi, apparently.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to show up again.
I doubt it.
I mean, I really don't think that it's going to go.
Actually, I do hope they do. I hope we do see him.
And then he is lying his ass off in episode 1 and making
So
everybody
it's-
really mad.
Yeah, so it's not a stupid line anymore.
But then with the whole Kylo Ren theme thing and Leslie Headland saying, you know, you'll find out. Does this mean that he's not a Sith and he's a Ren, or what?
I mean,
like,
it could be
what-
that.
what direction?
Technically, there were no Sith for the next millennium, but that seems like more of a kind of a cop out than anything. I'm surprised she even made a comment about it. Like, I would kind of let that shit simmer, but
Didn't people also say she said she confirmed there's a second Sith? But did
Yeah, I
she use
saw
the word
that.
Sith?
hmm?
Did she actually use the word Sith though? I went looking for that article and couldn't find it.
I mean, yeah, I think she. I know what you're talking about. I saw the headline at least. I don't know if it's true.
I mean, that'd be a pretty big slip if it's not Sith, and then she described two Sith.
Well, I mean, like the entire, like maybe that's the other third or fourth rug pull she's trying to pull, is that our bad guy isn't a Sith at all. He was one, but now he's trying to get into this new thing, and then we pan over and we see, like, I don't know, an infant Palpatine or whatever with, you know, Plagueis holding him in a bassinet.
Maybe it isn't just cool anymore to be Sith. You know, it's not therapeutic enough. He has to be Ren.
Yeah, but that was like, I don't disagree, but it was a really big, it was a huge marketing fumble when Disney was doing that, because everywhere I was seeing, like, secondhand shirts and stuff, it kept having Kylo Ren on it. It said Sith on it. It's like, you should have just kept Sith, because nobody wants to. I don't think the general market wants to deal with, you know, another dark side faction.
A marketing nightmare. I'll be right back.
Better not.
Fine, I'll
I'm
stay
thinking it's
away.
music.
Hey, what does anybody else think that Soul should notice the smell of burning hair all over May?
He's actually
He's like,
nose blind.
why do
He
you
lost
why
his
do
sense of
you reek?
smell at a young age.
Like, I know a bunch of people die, but you smell horrible.
Or at least see the singe marks in her hair.
They're there. They're just, you know. It's not that big of a deal, I don't think.
I hate the way she cut her hair.
No, dude. It's fine.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's
I mean, Soul's a guy. He probably doesn't even notice that her hair's different.
Hey, you know what I really hope happens? I hope they do the tattoo thing, but they completely forget that May has a forehead tattoo. So they're like, show us your arm instead of flipping up the bangs. That would be really choice.
I mean, something's coming.
Something. Yeah, they're doing the whole switcheroo. I'm just
Well,
saying.
maybe when
Isn't
he seduces her to the dark side, she grows the mark.
I mean, maybe.
Something's booming for sure.
I thought it was the coven thing that they had to do.
Oh no, I'm just suggesting BS because I think BS is possible.
Yeah, that's true. That's straight facts. Smilo Ren.
It's really funny that we've been calling him Smilo Ren, and then they played the Ren theme.
I mean, his helmet is also reminiscent of it too,
Yeah.
like with the back flaring and such.
Mm-hmm.
Bwah, 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 bwah. It would be wild that this is the tie-in to the sequels that we've been waiting for, is the prequel to the prequels.
I wouldn't hate it. I would actually like it.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it would be wild because we've been waiting for payoff through the normal canon shows, and we've got really not much of anything.
Yo, what if it's Snoke?
Hell yeah. No, what if this guy is Snoke? What if
Right.
he gets mangled and he lives for like 80,000 years and he gets cloned a few times?
What if Disney changed it all and Palpatine and Plagueis was never a thing? It was Snoke all along.
What if it all starts over and Leia's the one on Tatooine, and they just redo the first movie, but it's swapped that way? Mind blown, dude.
Yep.
I think they're gonna make Osha the chosen
I can
one.
reach through my monitor. That's how I know I'm doing my job.
Right.
One minute.
1 minute. Anybody got any hopes or dreams about this thing?
I hope it don't suck.
Yeah,
I
we'll
just want to
see.
see Homeboy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I want more fights.
Yeah, I think most people were on a pretty good high after the action we got last week, so this one just cannot suck. They have to keep it
What
going.
up, Cole?
Hey, Coley.
Hi, Cole.
What have the episodes been called? They've been called Lost and Found, Revenge and Justice, Destiny, Day, Night,
Next one's
Yeah.
afternoon.
Corrupt.
Afternoon.
Oh, it's a double.
Morning.
It's got 2 names.
Oh, did it already come out?
Definitely.
What do we got?
Teach corrupt.
Longest one so far? No,
Ah. Cool.
On a distant island, unsettling questions about identity and
Got it
destiny
again.
arise.
Cool.
In slash
Anyway,
out. Burgers.
give me a second, guys.
He's like, hello, I identify as a Ren.
Alright.
All right.
Has,
Mute up.
has everyone got the episode?
Yeah, I'm good. Are you late again?
Yeah, it's not showing up again.
Cool.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it does this.
Have you tried
Clear cookies.
unplugging Scotland and unplugging it back in?
3, 2,
I'm
1.
trying, I just unplug Scotland and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
No,
reset the
it
country.
must. It's every single week. It must be a server thing. I think I've got it now.
It has to go through customs.
Yeah, that's what it is. There was charges brought up.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Disney
got
has,
it now.
like you have to pay the tax on it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
Oh,
one.
I'm so funny. It's
Right,
just
sweet.
hilarious. Can't even stand it.
I know, right? Dude, come on. I'm good to go, guys. Sorry about that.
You're Gucci.
Good, Jess?
Are we all good?
Believe so.
Cool. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
That was my favorite part.
It's a good recap. Episode almost just got better.
Okay.
Was there any redeeming quality in this episode? All right, so there is a chance of Soul turning to the dark side, or he has turned to the dark side in the past. So that's interesting.
All right, we're going downhill now, boys.
I can't think of anything else positive.
We peaked. Now we're going down.
We peaked. Now we're going down.
Me and Josh enjoyed it. Just saying.
What'd you enjoy about it?
I mean, I didn't fucking hate it.
Give me 3 things you enjoyed about it, or I call bullshit, Jesse. I don't believe you. You're just saying you like it to say you like it at this point. What was good about this episode, for real?
What was bad about it?
Where do we start?
I don't know. I mean,
The Osha / May actress cannot act to save her life. She is wooden, stale, Barbie. All right. At the end there, if that's Osha turning to the dark side, what the fuck was that all about?
Yeah, she's being seduced by the dark side.
It's a double entendre. It's the story of redemption on one side and seduction on the other. You know, does it set my freaking loins on fire? No, but I kind of like what they're exploring to a degree.
The skinny dipping and like exploring that part.
Fucking love that, man.
He kept staring at his dick. You notice
Wait, that ass shot, bro.
Did you notice that she looked down at him? She's like them. She's like them. She's like,
He's like,
Yeah,
how does it feel?
Yeah, she picked up the lightsaber for a reference, right? Like,
she was like,
What was she gonna do when she ran over to the comm? Hello, is anyone there? What was her plan? And wasn't she turning herself into the Jedi last we thought? I'm so confused on May.
did she read Soul's thoughts? Potentially.
But why wouldn't she stun him if she thought he was a threat?
I was muted. That's funny. I was talking and I was muted. Whatever.
What were you saying?
Oh, I mean, I was just saying that it's, I don't know. May has been inconsistent throughout this entire series, unfortunately.
She's all over the place.
Now Osha's about to be inconsistent.
Well, Osha has the classic tempting to the darkness kind of story that Sam was touching on, but Osha really doesn't have a lot of ground or standing. I guess she's playing like the coward archetype, but like I don't know what her end game is. First she wants to get revenge, but then she just wants to be with her sister, and then she wanted to turn herself in, but then she wanted revenge again against Soul, but the moment that she had the opportunity to do it, she didn't, and now she wanted to turn herself into the Jedi. So I don't know what she wants. I don't know what she's doing. And like it's not like they're making it very clear that if she just wants to hang out with May again, like there's no motivation for her to, I don't know, find her. Yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily think it was. If you're enjoying this story throughout and what they're trying to do, I don't think it was a bad episode. I think it was supposed to be the episode that's afterwards to kind of lull you in to deliver more exposition and more, character development that might not be hitting for a lot of us who aren't necessarily following along with it. So I don't know.
I kind of hated it from the very beginning when it said unknown planet. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's a bit odd. Unknown planet.
Yeah, I don't know. They should have just.
And then the Basil humping her leg and stepping on her foot and running down the tunnel. What is Basil trying to do?
Attack her, but instead of telling the dude who could actually handle the situation, he tries to do it with
Well,
the
Yor's
droid.
the only one that speaks his language, so that might be a part of it.
I think Basil grabbing Soul and frantically, like with the cloth and pointing at her and freaking out might be enough. I don't think there's
Good point.
that big of a language barrier.
Good point.
But
I like
No.
how the last episode they insinuated May and Soul already left, and then all of a sudden Osha and what's his name are already at the planet. She just woke up. He's already doing his thing, and then she just woke up, and now they're just about
They're
to
just
leave.
taking off, yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting there like, okay,
I'm Team Jesse. Yeah,
And then in the 5 minutes it took to reboot the systems, Venestra is all the way to the Outer Rim from Coruscant. Like, I understand those timelines probably aren't playing real time, but that was also kind of hard to swallow, the time jump there.
It's
How
like
about
this-
the wait for the tide to go out so you can walk back to the island, get on the ship? And I was like,
I don't think it was a terrible episode. It was just things I caught. I was like, okay, like the tube when she hit the saber. I was like, oh, I see the tube.
the lightsaber looked terrible, did it not?
It did.
It just looked
It
like a
looked really bad.
wiggly neopixel.
It looks like just or Neopixel during the day.
Yeah, it looked really bad.
at least for one
get over
shot. The comping on the rest of it wasn't too bad. Like the
I
moment she did the attack, that was the weakest part where you could see the tube. But I mean,
Oh, when she was holding it there, it just looked like a neopixel tube to me.
well, I mean, effectively, like, yeah, in some other regard too. It's not like they added the Kylo Ren effects and shit to it, but it's just, you know, a tube with LEDs in it.
I do like how
It's-
I dipped into the power of two. I was like, okay, you know, there's some storytelling there.
I just
thought he
thought it was
wanted
hand
to,
again.
like, I think
There's
it's
a
just for
story
another
there
amount
with
of people.
him.
Yeah, the power of
as to
many,
how
the power
he-
one, power two, power many.
There's a story there with Chimere as to how he got all those scars. Number one, there's a story there. Number two, with Saul and that what actually happened, and we're kind of about to get to that big kind of crescendo.
Yeah, finally.
You've got Osha and May being tempted to swap sides. It's like, you know, it's one of those kind of classic style kind of thriller mystery shows. There's a
I
lot
wouldn't say
going on.
it's like, with respect to what it's trying to do, I wouldn't say that it's classic. I think that they're trying to jam
Right,
too
they're-
much into
Well,
it.
they're trying to like attempt the kind of classic stuff. That's what I'm meaning, like, but there's a lot going on.
Sure.
I,
you know.
I don't know if there is a lot going on though, because Venestra is sus of Soul, which means she has a reason to be sus. And during the High Republic, if a Jedi did have dark side thoughts or experimented with the dark side, they weren't kicked out or anything. They were just like reconditioned.
Yeah,
So I think Soul has used the dark side. And
Tapped
maybe they
in.
wiped his mind, and that's why he doesn't remember like stabbing.
Like
stranger or
Revan.
Don't be
It's,
suspicious.
uh,
Don't be suspicious.
She immediately was like, Soul could have done this. Like,
yeah, but then the other side of that for us as the audience is, you know, this wasn't Soul, but then it's entertaining as well because of that very fact. She's thinking, "Oh, Soul could have done this,"
yeah, Soul's
and
done
we're
something.
thinking, "Wait a minute, why are you suspecting Soul? Like, why is he dipped his toes in before? You know?"
I think I missed something. Why are people thinking that Venestra thought that Soul did it? I thought the Padawan or the Knight suggested that Soul did it, and she shot
The
him.
Padawan did suggest it. She's like, that's a big accusation.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like
but-
she's suspicious of
No,
Soul.
all of her facial expressions were he could have done this. Now rewatch
Well, I
it.
mean-
Trust me, she's sussing.
He said it wouldn't
Yeah.
have been Soul.
No, she said she also clearly said something to tip the scale. She understand, like, to me, how I'm reading it, she understands that there's a larger threat that might be more ancient and evil coming back out.
Maybe.
Like, that's how I'm interpreting it.
She also said that line to Soul.
What the?
Something
Yeah,
to tip the
tip the-
scale. She said that to him in Coruscant.
I don't recall. You
Yeah,
could
right
be
after
right.
the Coyote Monday.
I mean, I don't know. Isn't she also kind of suspect for like dealing with the chancellors and stuff too? Yeah. Like, what was that about?
Who's that senator they were talking about that was like power hungry?
I literally don't know.
Is it like
Like,
Wayland
Senator
or
from
something?
Rondar.
What is it?
senator from Rondar. I didn't catch the name, but it was from the planet Rondar.
I don't know. My suspicion is that, I got nothing. I really got nothing. I think my honest opinion is that this dude was the Sith apprentice, but he got what's her name, Asajj Ventress, and got kicked out, and he lived, and now he's doing his own thing. And then for some reason, either the Green Lady or Soul is going to be a part of the big bad or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. Why else would she be conspiring to do power stuff behind the scenes? But then again, she's also the one who says that there's something out there. I have no idea. I don't know.
She's also the one that sent them out there secretly. So maybe she's trying to fix her mess.
Yeah, hey lady, go deal with this this other guy. Because he's still, killing a bunch of Jedi and being hot about it.
Okay. Senator Rayencourt vote in favor of an external review of the order. Rayencourt's never been afraid of the Jedi. Who's Rayencourt? See in the books?
No idea.
I'm looking him up.
But yeah, I mean, I'll say it again. If you're enjoying the story, this is really something that I think continues the thread line. I don't think there's anything offensive about it necessarily. Her battle on his Plagueis, that'd be tight. We get to see Plagueis as master. That'd be wild.
My bad. I didn't realize all this. I absolutely hate it, but I was very confused. After last episode, it just wasn't. It was hard.
Yeah, I mean,
I got interested at the end.
Fan service for sure for all of the chicks that love hot dudes, apparently, according to Riley, because Riley was like, well, that's the best part.
Okay, that is not.
don't lie. You think he's hot. We get it. We do too.
I mean, we've had Padme with her shirt ripped off and Leia in a slave costume. I'm all for letting a couple of guys show their chest in a show, whatever. Give the lady something. I'm fine with it.
Yep.
I just can't get over the fact that she looked down. She was like,
dude, I said that right away to her. I was like, she straight up went.
Ray did the same thing.
I mean, wouldn't you though? I mean, if anything, she's acting well.
if it was a guy thing, you'd be like,
Don't be like, just.
all right, we're good. Mine's better.
You're just saying that, aren't you?
I searched Rayencourt, doesn't come up with anything in Star Wars. So.
Oh yeah, Keenan. I have a theory that whip is going to be the only time we see it.
I think so too.
Damn you, Sebastian. He texted me, watch her use the whip to kill that moth thing, and then it happens. I was like, oh, come on.
I did say that it was going to be the only thing that she did with it. So we'll have to see. I haven't been proven right. I really like how they keep leaving the corpses out there.
Right. Well, she did say prep them for burial, but
I know, but I just wanted to make the joke about how Soul left all of them just to fucking rot.
It was a powerful image, though, seeing the corpses again.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Especially on Jackie right away.
I was laughing.
It would have been cooler if Yord's head was like sideways or something. But...
right?
Hell yeah.
Or just flip the other way, right? I mean, I'll say the only two really good takeaways I got from the whole thing was the mention of the power of two, so we know something's happening there, and then Soul saying, "Okay, I've waited 16 years to tell you, whatever." That's the only thing I got. Like, really good thing I got out of it that I want to know about the next episode.
I got some good reference shots for the helmet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw a lot of good colors. I was gonna tell you about that.
There's some great shots of the helmet this week, actually. Yeah.
That's like all I was looking at.
Cole has a good point. Don't they burn Jedi?
I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know if they
think
do
so.
in the High Republic.
See, that's the thing, isn't it? It's an era that's completely uncharted.
And if you
in
burn
terms of
someone, would you
unexplored.
still call it burial? I don't know. Maybe you do.
I don't know. Would you think 80 years would have made that?
I like
big of a
that
difference?
Cole. That actually was the coldest blooded part of this whole show. They're probably going to reset him just fine, like C-3PO, because of course. But the idea that May killed her sister's pet, like that's
Factory
awesome.
Sad. I'd love that.
The way they done it as well, the double button hold
Red
in the
eyes.
breast.
I actually hated the factory reset aspect of it, like and
No, that was-
the pod iPod
That was
chargers
sarcasm.
too. That pissed me off so much.
But if you have C-3PO doing it and Lola doing it, and I forget what other droids, you kind of have. It's Star Wars now. You kind of have to stick with the whole Red Eye thing.
No, he was only red-eyed when he was reading out Sith.
Well, his eyes turned red when he was bad, right?
Yeah, when he's talking Sith. Oh, I see. You think that because he's a factory reset robot now he's evil?
They put red eyes in there just in case he had to talk Sith someday.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sure, why not? He's a bad droid now. I like how they had like 67 bodies for it too.
Yeah,
You
like
can
it
use
didn't fit.
that Galaxy Legends Droid Factory that you can build.
Mm-hmm.
Damn right.
Hey, question. When
No answer.
Osha was holding the helmet and then she looked up at the wall, that was Cortosis on the wall as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So could that have been the planet Dinzo or Mo something?
I don't know. Are you talking about the one that Anakin went to?
Because only
He's dead.
comes
Get him.
in 2 different planets.
In Legends,
In Legends, yeah. Now they're gonna add more, but could be a reason why he's set on that planet for Cortosis.
you know,
Hell
another
yeah.
interesting she said in that interview, because they had asked about the Cortosis, and she mentioned Cortosis, and she said the other things we're pulling in from Legends, I'll have to wait to talk to you about later. So they're obviously bringing other stuff in.
Here's
That was since episode 5.
melon.
If they could pull anything in from Legends, what would you want it to be?
I don't know.
No idea.
Oh, what are those stupid things called? Ujong Vong. I know PB likes those a lot, so that's why I call them stupid. Just kidding. All right, everybody just-
Realistically, there's too much, right? There's like it could really be anything.
I just
Bringing the Cortosis in though I think it was a good choice.
I mean, let's
What
think
if we
about
made
what
some
we did
aliens
last.
in the Force couldn't apply to them?
The next episode is obviously the rest of the flashback, or Soul tells the story, or whatever.
Yeah, then again, you know what? I'm not even so convinced anymore. I've been saying that at least for like 3 weeks now, and I've been wrong every time. So
It is because the same director who did episode 3 is doing 7.
Well,
hell yeah.
he also just was going to tell her everything, so it would make sense that that would be next too.
And then we're down to one last episode.
You'll probably tell her everything and have like flashback elements to it if it's the same director.
It's like, I turned to the dark side and I killed your whole family because they looked funny at me.
But they can't go away and do a full episode like they did with 3 now, right? There's not enough time for that. There's only
That's
2
what I'm saying.
left. So yeah, it'll be part of the episode will be
The story.
flashbacky, telling what happened, all that kind of stuff.
Unless they end episode 8 with a cliffhanger and expect to do a season 2.
Apparently,
Yeah.
it ends tied off pretty well, but leaves room for expansion if need be. So
Everybody dies.
I don't know if I like that then. I'm not sure. I think I would want it to
depends how they leave it, right?
to course correct.
Depends how they leave it.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned course correcting. I'm not trying to be too nitpicky about it, but like, what course do they need to correct? Like, I don't understand or connect with the story that they're doing. But like,
I'm saying you get into the Phantom Menace.
But there's nothing here that's destroyed the Phantom Menace. The only thing that people are kind of currently hanging on to is the fact that Ki-Adi-Mundi showed up one time and doesn't know about any of this stuff. He could not know about any of this stuff continuously, and it would still work. Even the twins being born of the Force could just be a technique that is later utilized later for Anakin, which wasn't even actually confirmed inside of a comic, yes, but then also outside retcon by the author, as Carter has told me a few times, because I keep forgetting. So I can't see how this is actually affecting anything negative, quote unquote, negatively.
Well, no, it's not. I'm saying it's also not leading into it though either. Like, what would season 2 be? Do you think we're going to get to something that...
I don't know. Maybe, but I'll be honest. My expectation and hope for this show was that it wasn't going to be that connected to the original stuff, because I think my honest opinion is I think as fans, obviously we want the connection, but in order for this to remain fresh and new and not have like a decade of stagnation, which a lot of people already argue is already the case, like I think we need completely dissected and separated stuff.
Yeah, it's just the creation of the twins, the life, using the Force, however, to create life. I was kind of
we actually still don't even know like
how
that actually happened. Like that's why it's so annoying on that regard. That it's not clear. It's up to our interpretation.
How would you like to see that be?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the perfect explanation for it? Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't have a preference to it. If it's a dark side thing that they're alluding to, they should just outright say it more clearly. If it's more of a interventionist style birth, more conventional to what we see nowadays, they should just, if it's important, bring it up. What I don't like is this room of speculation behind it, because I think people have kind of like, understandably, because it potentially messes with Anakin stuff. I think people kind of went a little nuts over it and like maybe have been giving it too much credence to what it is. But I think that, me personally, I wouldn't have even mentioned their conception in any kind of regard, because I don't think it serves anything. I actually think this entire show would have been completely fine without the twins and the main bad guy being the main character, like main character 1, and then Soul investigating the murders as the sidecar, like as the secondary story that eventually converge. He could even be Soul's old Padawan who feels jaded by the Jedi, but I'd have preferred that. And then you could have gotten a cool Kill Bill style show where like every episode was a big fight between one Jedi and the masked dude, like taking him down.
Well, there is going to be like a story there, isn't there?
Sure.
Chimeo's obviously going to tell.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get
some
something.
stuff. Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of information being dropped, probably in the next episode, to load us up with info.
I know. I'm trying not to be like too terribly critical. I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, like the show has elements of it that can be completely cut away from it, and the same effective thing goes on throughout. Yeah. Like, and weirdly enough for me, the biggest weakness of the show is actually the twin arc, because it's not doing anything that seems interesting to most people. I know a lot of people like it. I'm not taking that away, but it seems, I mean, I'm just going off of like, people's reactionary stuff on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. So who actually knows what it really is? But I don't know what May's motivation is. Osha, I kind of understand. And if those are my two main leads, then I'm struggling a little bit.
What's her motivation to turn to the dark side, though?
Who, Osha?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think Osha's entire MO from this whole beginning is self-actualization. She wanted to get away from her religious family to go be her own person in the Jedi, but that clearly didn't work out. She was trying to be an independent, person, just fixing ships or whatever, but then she got reined back in, and now so here's somebody, effectively the devil, giving a contract to sell your soul, saying, here, I can actually give you the freedom that you're looking for. I can make you the person you want to be. That's the classic sell your soul crap that we got from Kylo, from Vader, from Maul to Ezra. Like, that's like the alluring part for people who are trying to find who they are. So May, Osha's just trying to figure out who she is. I don't know what May's doing, and I have no idea what May's doing. How to use sex, a Star Wars story. That's a very fair question, Cole.
That's the part that would infuriate me with May. It's like, you had 16 years of vengeance, and then if she were to make that switch, it's like, really? You're telling me the past 48 hours changed her mind?
That's why I don't think that the twins would work. Actually, you could probably keep Osha as
I think hers would make
Padawan.
Yeah, hers would make a little bit more sense. Exactly what you said. I actually totally agree with that. But if they did the whole May thing where she makes a switch, I'm like, really? Like, that's where I would be like, oh man, like they're dropping. I don't know. I'm hoping that's not the route they go, but
the only thing I could think of for May's motivation is obsession over her sister. That's it. And yeah, I mean,
the interesting
Jesus,
thing
Sam.
Is, didn't May think that Osha was dead, as well as obviously Osha thinking May was dead?
Yeah, and I understand that could have been the pivotal flip for her to drop the whole revenge thing, because the reason why she was going for revenge didn't turn out to be true, but it just was such an awkward and quick flip that nobody's buying it.
Yeah.
That's the tough sell, right? That's why, when you're having so much go on and there's so little things to clarify, how did Smilo Ren over here, how did he know that Yord was gonna turn Osha in? He shouldn't have any context for that, but he knew it.
Wasn't that when they were
in the apothecary
thing?
What? I'm sorry.
Where we first see him in that town, because that's when Yord, because they were all there together.
Wouldn't that lead back to what you said to her about fear makes your thoughts betray you? So he kind of knew what was going on,
I guess, but that's not clear enough for me, because and correct me if I'm wrong, I really don't remember. My perspective of it was there was there was suspicion cast on Osha immediately, and then it was immediately dropped, and then it was thrown on for a brief second with the dead body thing. But why that entire Jedi Enclave was rolling as a group to go check out the temple, May and Kamir are chilling out on the side, and then they have that awkward switch up. But other than that, there's no additional context of they're clearly keeping my sister a hostage, or he didn't see any of that. Maybe I guess he read her mind. That's the only thing I could think of.
It's the only thing I've got as well.
But I mean, it's just kind of, to me, indicative of just not completely cohesive idea of what this whole thing should be throughout. But I don't know.
Yeah, here's hoping 7 and 8 brings some brings the glue out.
I'm sure it'll be fine for what it's trying to do. Maybe, I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised by last week.
Did anyone get the impression that Chimera wanted her to go skinny dipping with her?
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Are you?"
He said, he's.
I ever feel like maybe that's the power of 2 he's talking about?
I mean, maybe. Isn't that the whole Sith MO thing?
Maybe I'm not
all that stuff.
I don't know.
What I think is funny about it, though, is that he literally had a body double of the same person that he's attracted to, who was probably even if under duress, would have been I guess a willing girlfriend in a kind of capacity, but he's like, no, I want the other one who looks exactly like her. I don't know. It's weird.
Maybe he sees Osha as the one who's more powerful, and if he can manipulate her.
I think so. I think Osha's like the sleeper powerhouse of the two, because she hasn't. I think they're leaning into that trope of like, the revealed hero or whatever it's called, because Osha hasn't been good at any Force stuff this entire time, but for some reason everybody wants her, like he was talking about. But going back to what I said to kind of clean it up a little bit, I don't know why there's so much weird sexual overtones like being put on it. I don't get it. I think it's bizarre.
I mean, we had Leia dancing around in a bikini. Wasn't that sexual?
This is like overt, like kind of like, you want to get it on kind of stuff. I'm not saying like, spectacle for spectacle's sake. We got that this episode too, with Kamir being like, the skinny dipping and such.
Just know that there's someone out
Also,
there.
for the record,
right
you're the
now.
one who brought this up.
He puts on a Marvin Gaye record in the background.
I was just about to say that. Someone's literally out there right now recutting that thing with like Marvin Gaye or something.
Yeah, Cole, I'm cool with the Sith horniness too. I just think it's odd to be lusting after one twin, not the other, if the lust part is the point.
I'm saying,
that's what I'm saying.
Both twins, power of money.
Got it. That classic trope. The power of two. Is that what he meant?
Well,
Interesting.
I just feel like this is gonna go like that again with audiences. Like it just after last episode, this wasn't enough to like keep the hype.
Cody, how was your hummus?
What?
How was your hummus?
It was so good. I was mowing down, and then Riley finished my pita chips. So, rip. Mexico. I make a quick snack before I keep on working, but I don't know.
Oh, you still want the helmet?
I gotta figure things out. I gotta look at finances a little bit. I haven't talked to this lady yet about it, so.
Oh yeah, no, fair.
I will definitely keep you posted. But I do like Smiley. He's pretty sick. So, Smiles McGee.
As a character, he's definitely improved as a character. Like he was, I enjoy his character.
He no longer has to hold back, right?
Yeah, he has like a different tone.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. What if you were teaching May, but you never told her who you are, but then you were snooping around her as her friend, right? But now,
sure,
the secret's out. Like she already knows who he is. So does that change the way he teaches it all? Like, can he go faster with it?
I mean, it's not like he's nice. Like May wanted to run from him. Like, it's not like he's a good dude. Like, we're kind of getting the silver tongued devil like aspect. I know I keep on alluding to that language, but it's the best one I can really think about. Because I mean, she literally was trying to bail like away from this guy and run away, literally run away.
I liked when he almost recited the Yoda, fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate.
I don't mind that she's such a fearful character. I just wish I understood her. Like, I wish her motivations weren't seemingly so skin deep.
He also mentioned desire being a dark side trait.
Yeah, exactly. That's more of the Sith horniness that we're all talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I like
ad nauseum
how we're seeing how calculated he can be. Like he doesn't have to be like. There's some Sith. They're quite, violent all the time, whereas he's very cool, calm, collected, calculated, knows exactly what he's saying, knows exactly what he's doing. I like that development. Now the cat's out the bag.
I mean, we saw the same thing with Kylo, though.
Yeah, but Kylo had
some
a bit of a
tantrums,
temper
though.
on him. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think will happen when Osha says no to this guy? I mean, look at May. Like, he was literally ignoring killing other people to try to kill her.
Well,
but it's more calculated. It isn't like
Sure.
tantrum. You know, like Elvis said, like, you know, Kylo was like just full on tantrums, like a baby spitting the fucking dummy out the pram. You know, like he's a lot
But
more.
He
He
kept
comes
anger right
across
at the
as
surface for the power.
he comes across as far more calculated.
You keep saying that, but I just don't see it. Because I see a dude, in my opinion, who's probably been completely ousted by his old master, which is my theory. I think he's an outside Darksider. I think he's just trying to scramble something together.
Well, the whole thing with the helmet with Osha, go ahead, put it on. Because he knows that when she puts that on, it's just her and the Force. Everything else is blocked out, and he wants her to reconnect with the Force. Like, he knows so.
What do you guys think of that? Fighting
but
with the sensory deprivation helmet on? Does that?
I would imagine, because you can barely even see out of it. That would mean that he's using the pure Force just to fight everyone.
So, like, are his eyes closed? I mean, is he just like full Kanan Jarrus now, just like seeing stuff, like hearing stuff in his head versus through the helmet?
I have no idea, and I'm not going to think about it because at the same time, this helmet's
yeah.
supposed to block stuff.
Yeah, all you see is online, and that's what he said. It's supposed to block stuff. He said it's just you and the Force, which actually show how powerful he really is with the Force, because he's literally he's just blinded, and he's using that to. And we saw how he fought with that helmet on.
Oh, dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I just don't understand this is me getting in too deep because the suspension of disbelief has been, thwarted, but I don't personally understand how a helmet that's designed to block all Force stuff is also a conduit to allow you to see out of it using the Force.
It's like Magneto's helmet just covered your face.
I was going to say, whoever's going to be cosplaying this character, have fun, because it looks like you can barely see a damn thing.
That's why you gotta get the Hasbro one, because it got bigger eyes.
Yeah, the eyes on that one's massive.
Yeah, so you can actually see out of it.
Seems like the mouth is too.
Yeah, the mouth is
my dog.
Huge.
Yeah.
Hey, dog.
Puppy.
What the dog doing?
Is that Chewy?
Choo choo.
Cat. My cat wants answer.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how I felt about the sensory deprivation thing. I mean, it sounds cool.
I mean, for meditation, I get it. People do that. People do that in contemporary times to go on.
They do say,
drug
don't trust your eyes, they deceive you.
Yeah. All right, well, is that it? Is that all we got to say about it?
That's all I've got right now.
What do you think, Carter?
Left. Anybody that wants to know more about this, Sam will be having a stream in the next few days talking all about this. And I'll see you guys next week. I'm leaving town after tomorrow. So, well, technically tomorrow. But the 4th of July weekend. So, I will be doing stuff. But yeah, so next week, same time, we'll have 2 episodes left, so I would think shit's gonna start going down, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Fingers crossed for sure. But for everybody that did hang out, I appreciate y'all. Thank you to all the homies that are here, hanging in the stream as usual, dedicating your Tuesday night, hanging out with my dusty ass. So I appreciate it. But